Hi, Janice. How are you? Oh, man. Tri State. Hello, hello. Patty. Hello, hello. So, trying to come up with different things to do. Zoe, how are you, darling? Welcome in. I am. My wife has all of these. Let me take this thing out of this because this thing doesn't work that well. This isn't my regular stand, but. Hey, come on. See, it's a little cheesy stand, and it doesn't work that well. It doesn't hold the phone. The phone is too heavy for it. But my wife has all of these diamond art things sitting here, you know? So I'm like, oh, oh. So this is the picture of what I'm going to be doing. This one here is like that, and it's called a soldier heading home. It's got the bag, the American flags. It's got the camels on and the boots. And so I'm going to be doing that. And this thing is huge. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Because I'm like, look at that. I just barely got this thing all the way down to right there where it ends. Excuse me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I only did 8 rows. Patty loves stitches. Squad leader for 4 months. Awesome. Patty, you are awesome, awesome, awesome. So I was thinking that, well, this is something else to do. My wife likes doing this. So give me something to do to relax and to it is relaxing and it's cool, but can you see, look at the amount of freaking color beads this thing has. There's 3. I got number 4, 5, 6, 7. Geez, look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's 14. And then 2, 4, 5, 19. So that's 21. Geez, or 22. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more. So, geez, like 31 colors on this thing. So I'm just like, oh my gosh. So, yeah, so I was just like walking around doing something to do. And so, she picks these up every so often, and I'll say, oh yeah, that one looks cool. That one looks cool. So we've got a couple of more. I've got one that has the Twin Towers in it also, and a heart-shaped flag one. Let's see if you can see it here. I'm gonna show you two right there. See, this one's a different one, and it's got a heart-shaped eagle flag. So. That looks pretty cool. And this is a 30 by 32, so I'm like, wow. But I'll be doing these. Hey, Twinsy, how are you? Good morning. Something different for the channel. Little afternoon. I ain't got to find my recipe. So we have a Eagles meeting this afternoon. So I'm going to be probably making some cinnamon rolls to take to the meeting there, because we have a meeting. And hang on a minute, I am going to be walking us around the house. This is me. I'm just in my t-shirt because it's my day off. And what are we doing? We're going to make me a slob today. No, actually, I'm a slob every day. But no, I'm going to go outside and have a smoke. All right, because we don't smoke in the house. So we got my Joe, my Memphis mug. My wife, or my daughter, got this from my wife a while back. And so it is a pretty nice day outside. My neighbor's got their pumpkins already and stuff, and so we're going like, oh wow, okay. So we gotta have my coffee. Yep. So pretty nice day right now, so it's pretty cool, you know. Pretty nice. There's her pumpkin. She's got her pumpkins out already. This lady jumps the gun on everything. And oh, we got one mail, two mails. Oh, Bill. We got bills. Let's see. Yep. Always. Uncle Bill does not leave you alone. I tell you now. Vegas Jen, hello, hello. How are you? Um, Everybody who just came in, I am starting a diamond art. Good morning, Kathy. How are you? I am starting a diamond art that I'm going to be doing of a soldier walking home. So I was like, all right, we're going to do something like this. And I've got a couple more that are in there that we're going to do. One's supposed to be a Harry Potter theme one, but it doesn't really look that great. But we'll see what it turns out. So something new to thank you, Jen. Thank you very much. It's something new for me to do since hi Deborah, hello, how are you? How is California? LA in particular. I used to cruise those streets a while back. Well, not a while back, let's say eons. A very long time ago. But it's something that scratch off millions, my friend, brother, how are you doing? I thank you for that. And Mrs. Millions also. We appreciate everything that you guys do. You guys got to go check out their channel, as he is awesome. We love his accent. Why? Because he's awesome. And his wife has a very a very nice accent also too. But they have an awesome channel. There he is. How are you doing today? Hope all is well in your neck of the woods. In my neck of the woods, we are pretty cool. I love the green trees. I know in California we have trees and everything, up and down our block and stuff like that. But nothing like this. I mean, these trees are all up close and personal, and I can drive 5 miles and I will have trees all over the place. Her accent is nice. You don't. Yeah, that's funny. I know that my accent, by my dad's and my mom's, wasn't really prevalent until they got mad, and then the language came out, and it's just like, oh my gosh, woo. So, and my friends will detest. My friends will attest to that because when I get upset at work, I start muttering different things, and they're just like, "What did you say?" I'm like, "You don't want to know what I said. I'm not going to tell you." So, um, we get that way like that a lot. So, at work, that's only at work though. And my wife will attest to that because she used to work. I used to cook in a nursing home when I first got out here. Before I worked at the restaurant I work at, and she could tell you that. Yeah, we can tell when he's mad because the language comes out, and so it's just that way. Yeah, especially like if you go up north, there's a lot of greenery in California. There, up north, it's really beautiful out there, up that way. But Alana, how are you? Welcome in. Um, but down like in LA area and everything like that, it is just not. It's around, but not prevalent. Not like out here. We can go all over the place, and in fact, there's right across the street, this building right behind those trees. That is a B&B, an Airbnb, whatever they call it. But right behind that, there's a school behind these other buildings right here. But right after that, there's a little grove of trees right down there. And we got a grove of trees back back behind that house across the street. There's trees all over the place around here. So it's pretty cool that we have this amount of trees, and I'm just like, oh wow. It's like where I work at is I'll say behind my casino. Um, say 75, I'll say 75 yards, there's a stand of trees, but then right behind the trees is the river, is the Missouri River. And so but there's they have a lot of corn growing up and down the highways out here, cornfields and soybean fields, they're everywhere. And so it's just like all over the place, everywhere that you drive down, no matter what. Trumpet Wife Slots, hello. I saw your picture this morning, and I hope you heal up pretty fast. Wow, those boots are being popular around these days. There's about maybe 5 or 6 people at work that are walking around in them with those little boots for your leg or your foot or something. And I'm just like, oh my gosh. So I think I read that you have 2 fractures, but we are praying for a speedy recovery. And nowadays, I guess nowadays they're not putting casts on people's legs anymore, broken limbs. They're doing all of those little Velcro. Um, I don't even know what you would call them, Velcro casts or something like that. You know. So I am spending a relaxing day off outside right now because I'm having a cigarette. We don't smoke in the house. Oh, okay. All right. So you took that little mobility boot, so you can get around easier on the cruise. That is pretty nice, I guess. They give you a choice like that because a long time ago, nope, you were getting the plaster cast no matter what. And you can take that off if you want. Take your foot out of it or something like that, your leg out of it, which is a good thing because yeah, with the plaster cast, yeah, that's not coming off until they cut it off, unless you get brave enough to cut it off yourself. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Well, that's good, Patty. This formed your leg. All right. Mm-mm. No. I, fortunately, and over the years, have not broken a bone in my body. I've come close. Black Star, how are you? This isn't a table view. This is an outside view. This is my table outside because I'm having a cigarette and because we don't smoke in our house. Um, no, my table is inside with a very big picture. Well, it's 14 by 18 or something like that of a U.S. soldier. It's called Heading Home. There you go. See, I was smoking in the backyard too, but that's when I let Piper out. I don't let her out in the front because there's no fence out here, and she'd tear off down the street, and I'd be like, I don't want to run after her right now. But this is my very first ever. Um, Brother Dustin, how are you, sir? Got some green grass. See how low my grass is right now? Right now, my grass isn't that long. Doesn't look like the neighbor's yard that much and everything like that. My neighbor will come. Walt Money, how you doing? Walt Money. I got to meet Walt Money a couple of weeks back over at the Hollywood Casino. Very nice gentleman. Very nice. Was lucky. Picked up a big giant. Oh, okay. Yeah, we got our porch. All of these houses have something like that around town. I mean, this is like the style that they proved in. And then also too, I think that is a single dwelling right there. That house right there. This house is an Airbnb. The other house is up and down the block, and the house next to us is a single dwelling. My house and my neighbors, we are in a duplex. The other house next door is a single dwelling, but there's a lot of duplexes around here. And that's what's, I was like, wow, there is a whole bunch of duplexes here. So we come into our little alcove right here, or whatever you want to call it. I don't know. But that's my neighbor's door. And this is our door, you know. And so we have this all over the place. And my TV is on, and I don't even know what I'm watching. In living color, I don't know what it is. But, yep. So, but this is the table right here. And my wife's, that's the picture, guys, of what I am going to be doing right now. This is a diamond art of a soldier. It says, Headed Home. That's the title of it. Heading home. And I decided to do that. This is one that my wife is working on right now. She's doing that. I took it off the table and said, oh, okay, I'm going to do this right now. So it gives me time to relax a little bit. And there's more diamond arts in there that she's got all over the place. There's like 30 of them here. So, and she even picked up a cool Snoopy one. So I'm like, oh, dang, that is pretty cool. So we got that one and this one at the same time. So I told her, well, I'll do that one. It's been sitting here for probably about 2 months before I decided to say, okay, well, I'm going to do that. And so that's what's going on. That's what we're doing today. And so periodically what I'll be doing is I will be posting a live on my day off, other than scratching tickets, because I know my last live I told everybody what was going on with me for a while. And so unfortunately we had some setbacks. So right now, no more tickets. Retirement projects, there you go. But I do want to show you some coins that I got in the mail. I got these from a couple of other people that, couple of other channels. Let me put the hat back around here. Black Star. This is cool. This is a coin that I wanted for a while. This is J. Sarge Scratcher's coin. It is pretty cool. Like that. See, I won this in Washington Scratchers. We got the old bonsai tree himself there. That is pretty cool. This is a pretty cool coin for his channel coin. And on the back it says J. Sarge Scratches. Like and subscribe. And then finally, it's taken me a while, but finally I've got the other two of Chantra's coins, so I've got all four of his coins now. And then we got, let me see here, and then we got the new one from You're Going to Washington. That is awesome. The cheeseburger coin. And I'm not sure who's, this is OSW's. Only scratching winners. Cheeseburger, his, I think it's his daughter that, or I think, I'm not sure, is his daughter. Lucky Charm Scratcher, hello, welcome in. How you doing? How is Mama Charm and yourself? So this is pretty cool that they came up with the cheeseburger coin. That is awesome. So those are the couple of coins that I got. And we got, let's see, who do we get? We're getting Florida Claimers Ted's heart coin. And so I've got probably almost at least 45 or almost 50 different channel coins. And of course, my big giant mug from Oh Blue Eyes. I love that one. Mr. Pio, good morning. How are you? How is everything going? We're having coffee. Lucky Charm or Mel, we are doing good. We've had a little setback. That's why I haven't posted much content with tickets right now. So, but that will be coming. That's not, it's not gone. Veteran Black Star, I thank you so much. Oh, Record Guy got it. Awesome. Awesome. I thank you so much. We appreciate you, Black Star. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. We are, we'll be back up pretty soon. I have to, we have to rethink everything of what I am. We're good. We are good. I am relaxing, and we got to do some household stuff around, a little bit of honey-do list, not too much. My wife is pretty good about that. She doesn't leave me a big giant honey-do list because, well, we don't have a lot of stuff to do around here anyway. But that's right. That's right. That's right, Mel. It does, and we'll be back. We'll be back. You can't keep a good man down. And over the years, I've been blessed. Things that yep, always something pops up. Always, So it's like if you think you're going in the right direction or something like that, and all of a sudden, boom, one door closed, another door opens, or something like that. So we just keep going, and we'll be back again. We'll be doing more videos, more have more scratch content. Let's see. So we'll probably be doing a little bit more lives with the diamond art if I can get a better holder, because the little one that I have that I usually do for my scratch when I'm doing scratchers, that sits on my table. But on this table here, I can't put it there to do that. And then this other one that I had my phone on in the beginning is flimsy, so it won't hold the phone. It will make the phone go like this, back and forth, and drop or something like that. So it's like I have to hold the phone anyway. So it does. It does. That's right. That's right, Lucky Charms. Like I said, we've been blessed over the years of like work. You know, I've had a lot of different setbacks a few years, you know, through work. I remember one job I had after the service. I worked at a hospital. Jesse Mayer, how are you? Or Meyer, how you doing? My son's name is Jesse, but his name is Jesse Benjamin. I thank you. Appreciate that. Um, I worked at a hospital when I got out of the service, and I worked there for 5 years. Started as a secretary. Yes, I used to be a secretary, and I used to be able to type really good. I can type a little bit now, but not as much as I used to be when a long time ago. Um, I couldn't type 40 words a minute. I'll tell you that. You know, I couldn't do that. I did take typing in school, um, but I never mastered the keyboard to where I had it down to where you can't look at the keyboard and, you know, read something over here and be typing on the keyboard or something like that. So I never mastered that, but I became pretty good. And so I was a secretary in the engineer department, and then became a maintenance man, and then became one of the security guys there, and then they laid us all off like at Christmas. Um, Jesse, where are you from? Katie Lorraine, how are you? I hope you are doing good. Was he? That is interesting. That is Evansville, Indiana. All right, cool. I've scratched some of Indiana tickets sent to me from Sabrina's Indiana Journey. She lives over there, and she sends me tickets periodically from Indiana, and I scratch them on my life. Okay. Lucky Charms got jokes this morning. um, Also, too, but yeah, so we all got laid off, and then 2 weeks later, somebody from the director from the radiology department called me and offered me a job, and you know, I got that job, and I stayed there for another 4 years. I worked at that hospital for like 9 years, and then I went to cooking school. Joe, how are you? You did. That was funny. Um, Joe, how are things across the pond? So y'all got to go check out a Right Good Scratch, because she has a pretty good channel over there too. And you know, she scratches the UK tickets, and some of them are some pretty awesome tickets. They have some great looking tickets. I like their a while back it was called Luxury Lines, but I'm not sure what the name of it is now. But I like that ticket. And so they're pretty. She's got a pretty awesome channel, along with that's live scratching. And thank you, Kathy, for that. I appreciate that. That is awesome. Yeah, Jesse, it's hard to tell just by a name of a channel, um, unless you've been in their live and you see them or you hear them talking. You know, so we don't assume. You know, but yeah, so I stayed there for another 9 years, and I ended up making what was like I was making 10 something an hour back in the 80s when I got laid off, and then it took me another year to get back to 10 about 4 years later, it took me back to get to 10 cents. Space Taco, how you doing? Welcome in. And then when I started going to cooking school, I lost my job, and then I ended up started working in a retirement home, and for $5 an hour. So I was just like, oh my gosh. So I went from making 10.19 an hour to making $5 an hour, which was crazy because I was just like, wow. And so a friend of mine that I was in school with helped me get the job there. And, about like 4 or 5 months later, I was saying, I can't live on this. I've got too many things to try to take care of, rent, car, different things like that. And so um, she told our boss, who was, our director, and he gave me a dollar raise, pulled me into his office, talked to me, gave me a dollar raise, and then started training me to do different jobs in the kitchen. And so I went from being sort of a server to our salad and dessert guy. And then from the salad and dessert guy, I started learning training there and everything, and I stayed there. And then within a year after that, a year and a half, I was making went up to 850, and then after that, I worked somewhere. Same place, because I worked there for 5 years, or actually 4 years, and within 3 years, I ended up making it to 1075. So I was like, God blessed me along the way, with everything. It was a lot of hard work. We put in a lot of hard work. I worked a lot of hours to prove myself, you know. That is cool. That's cool. That is cool. Um, so, it's like different setbacks come, and then something else comes in that's bigger or something like that. Um, I left that job in California and worked in Arizona for 3 months at the same kind of retirement home, and then went back to got mad at the director there and left. I quit. Went back to California the next day. I was working over at the same place I worked at, and stayed there for another year, and ended up leaving at like 1275. And so um, it's taken me a while to get back to where, different things and everything like that. So different setbacks, but then you always bounce back. That's the whole thing of what I'm talking about. Like this little setback that we're going through right now, we're going to bounce back. Just like Mel said, it's going to be bigger and better. And so and that's what we do. My wife, my rock, she is my better half. I have to say that. She does have everything. I can't say everything buttoned up and, battened down and everything like that, but she's got a great head on her shoulders, and she keeps me grounded from wanting to do a couple of different things. And it's like, yeah, we can't do that. So, but we have to pick it back out. Everyone's name starts with a P. Sammy G, how you doing today? Mm-mm-mm-mm. We're good. We're doing good. We're relaxing. We have the day off again. Yesterday and today are my usual days off unless somebody calls out. Then it's like depending how early my boss wants to mess with me, he'll start messaging me at like 8:30 in the morning. He'll text me and say, somebody called out, which usually means that somebody called out. I may need you to work. If you can't get it covered, he's going to text me back and say, I hate to say this to you, but that's right, Trumpet Wife. It has been. It has been. So, and with the way the economy's going, it is just crazy. We have two stores for grocery shopping over here. We have Walmart, of course. Well, we have a couple of stores. We have Walmart, the big Walmart. Then we have a little grocery store. Um, it's called CNR. Actually, I don't know what the name of it is anymore, but somebody else bought it out. But and then we have the Dollar General and we have the Dollar Tree, which is like the 99-cent store. But now it moved up to $1.25 instead of $1 now. We used to go to CNR and they have a ongoing promotion thing where it says buy for $25. So it's five different meat items for $25. Billy B, what's happening, my friend? How you doing? That's right, Jesse. Now it don't. Now it don't. And now, and the things. Lucky Charm, I am from the state of California. I've been in Missouri for this December will be 8 years. But now with the way that the economy is going and different things like that, that 5 for 25 deal over at this little place is just not that great anymore. I mean, you get a little old tiny piece of, I'm trying to hold my phone. If I get my thumb over here, I'm not going to see it, but, like this. But it's a little old tiny piece of meat. It's not even a pound, or it's barely a pound almost. Joni Gates, how you doing? Welcome in. And so it's just just ugly. Richland, Missouri. Jesse. That's not far from, oh crap. What's that little town outside of Fort Leonard Wood? St. Roberts, right? We're doing good, Johnny. Or Joni. We're doing good. Jesse, is that out there? It's out there by Stoutland, too? I think. That's not that hard to do, Billy. All right, Rosebud, thank you for that. I appreciate you. Have a enjoy your family. Enjoy your family time, always. Um, yeah, I remember a long time ago. I was down in Fort Wood in the '80s, and I drove over there, and we drove through Stoutland and Richland. And I'm not exactly sure, but at the time, one of the towns, they had barrel bonfires in the middle of the street. That's the only thing I can remember of that town. Barrel bonfires in the middle of that street. We couldn't believe, in broad daylight, we just couldn't believe that. I was just like, oh my gosh. Oh, all right, Jesse. I've been through there. Yeah, I've been through there. I have, but that was like way back in the when I was in when I had just recently got out of basic training. We I was stationed at Fort Leonard Wood for a while, and we drove through there, me and some friends of mine, and I was just like, oh my gosh, that was crazy. That was the first time I seen bonfires in the middle of the road anywhere. While seeing being I'm a guy from California, so yeah, that was really weird to me. And now I probably wouldn't even think much of it. If they had a bonfire in the middle of the road, I'd be like, oh, okay. All right, what are you doing, Piper? Hang on. I gotta let my Pipey dog. Piper dog, what's going on? She wants to go outside, huh, Pipey? You wanna go outside? Yeah, she does. Go. Hey, so, yeah, I'll come out here in the back. So, but since we have everything, it'll be fine. Most of the time, like there's highly. What is your population over there? Our population over here in Boonville is probably about in the upper 79 to mid, I think, I haven't checked, mid 80, 8,500 people. We used to live into a town. Um, yep, she want to go outside, Space Taco, had to let her go. I know that when she gets out off of the couch, she starts mosing around and stuff, and it's like, oh, okay. Um, had to let her go outside. My little Piper dog. But yeah, she's a pretty dog. She's a brat at times, but she's a pretty dog. My wife got her from Puppies and Parole, or Puppies on Parole. It's a program at the prison that she works at that they pick up dogs and they take care of them, they train them and everything like that. There's 19,000 in your town, Billy? Wow. That's a small town too, considering I think in the town that I came from in California, I think we had 52,000 people living there. And that's a small town because Pasadena had 107,000. And then I think Riverside, San Bernardino, um, Moreno Valley, they were up at the 132, 150,000 people living there. So there's a lot of people. But then again, I've driven town. There's a town off of the highway that I go when I used to go to drive to Columbia to go pick up Emily. Um, it's Windsor, and there's 200 people there. So that's a tiny old town. But yeah, and then the town before my wife and I moved here. Hardens, how are you? Welcome in. See, there you go. 7864. That's how big my town is. That is pretty cool that they do that. So they train the dogs there and everything like that, and then you can adopt them and stuff. And so our dog is adopted from there because 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, we had to put our bear dog down. Long Beach is nice. Um, 147,000. That's a big town. San Diego's nice, beautiful. I worked down in San Diego at a place called White Sands, It's a big retirement community um, in shoot La Jolla. That's where it's located at. I saw that, Katie. That was a real big, that's an awesome win. Awesome win. Orange County, California. Been through there a lot. Tedorowski, what is going on? We've been jibber jabbering away. Yeah, La Jolla is nice. I worked down there 2 different times um, to help out. It was our same company that I worked for way back then, and so they needed some help. One time they were doing a clam bake for like 400 people, and then so many months later they were doing something else. So yeah, that was. Thank you, Jesse. It was pretty sad. My wife had to work, and I had to go and take him to the vet, and yeah, it wasn't a good morning. That morning it wasn't, but other than that, yeah, we so wow, 2 times. That's not good. That is not good at all, my friend. Mm-mm-mm. But I didn't think my wife was gonna get another dog for a while, but I think she decided to get Piper because of my work schedule. I'm not here. Neither do I, Space Taco. I have to work tomorrow afternoon at 4 o'clock, and so I close the restaurant. We'll close the restaurant at 10:30, and I'll get home like 11:30 after we clean up and everything. But so that's why I think she picked the dog. She got Piper because I'm not here most nights. Um, I won't get home depending on what night it is. I won't get home until 11:30, 12 o'clock, and she's in bed. So um, I think that's why she got her. So, but she's all right. She's a pretty dog when she's not eating my food. But we are glad. We're glad that we have her. She's nice. She keeps us company. She keeps us going. So we will be um, finishing up our diamond art. It's going to take me a little while. This thing is big. Jane Hardens. I came from California. Okay, so here's the story. I came from California. So in California, there is a lot of Mexican enchiladas. No, Billy, I am not working tonight. I have an Eagles meeting at 7 o'clock. So yeah, Mel, those are nuts. If I don't know what the phone number is on my phone, I'm not answering it. Steal your pizza. That is funny. Beef brisket tacos will sound good. Um, so there's a lot of Mexican stores out there. Okay, so I'm used to getting every so often. I will go get the pan dulce, or Mexican sweetbread, what they call it. Okay, so uh, last month, the beginning of the month, we drove down for my granddaughter's birthday party, and it's in a city called California. It's California, Missouri. Another taco truck showing up down the road. But so my wife and I decided we looked up the Mexican store and we found it. And so they had sweetbread. So I bought sweetbread and I brought it home. And I ended up not working on Sunday, so we ate two of them that night, and then Sunday morning we went out to breakfast with a couple of our friends, and we came home, and my wife looked for. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy, Lucky Charm. Um, Went and looked for the sweetbread. She had got up on the counter, stood up on her hind legs, pulled the bread up the bag of my sweetbread. That's right. Loved the sweetbread and coffee. Okay, and ate it. And there was four pieces of sweetbread in it, and she ate three of them. And so I couldn't believe that. I was just like, oh, I was so upset. I was so mad because I hadn't had sweetbread in 7 years, and so after that, I was just like, I can't believe that. So she was in trouble. My wife was really mad at her. And then another day, while I went to work, I had left some chocolate chip cookies in a box sitting on top of our dining table. And I left to work, and then when my wife came home, she found the box and sitting on the floor. And so she ate my chocolate chip cookies too. That little brat. So yeah, she got in trouble. I was mad. So yeah, when she's a good dog, but when she's eating my food, then she get in trouble. So especially chocolate chip cookies. Oh my gosh, those are my favorites. So I was like, oh, you're in trouble. So she got in trouble. They're pretty funny. She is. She is. She will go up when my wife goes to bed. If I'm not home, she will go up and sleep in the room with my wife until I get home. And then when I get home off of work or something like that, like 10, 15, 20 minutes later, she'll come down and she'll stay down here with me until I go up to bed, and then she'll go back up. So she's pretty funny. She is. But other than that, so what we're going to do is we're going to start doing this again. I don't have a phone holder, so I really can't try to do this. Put my phone up because the one we got keeps dropping my phone. So we're going to be doing this diamond art thing. So everybody who just came in, this is what the diamond art is going to look like. It's called Heading Home, the Soldier Walking Home. So we're going to get this done. And she did that too, Billy. My wife, we were sitting here eating some chicken, and she put her plate and went to go get a napkin or something like that, and I didn't react at fast and everything, and I looked, she had jumped up off the couch and grabbed that damn chicken and choked it down in like 3 seconds. I could not believe that. Yeah, Joe, it's going to be pretty cool when I get done and everything, and I'll show you guys and stuff, and we'll see if I can get it framed. I've got my other, like up above me right here, you can see my other, let me do this. This is, I've got things over here, so I might put it up here, my soldier stuff, POW, U.S. Army, my mama, God rest her soul. And oh yeah, there is, taking us back, I'm somewhere on that desk, somewhere on that table over there, up on that thing. So, Ibis, hello, how are you? Welcome in. So yeah, that's me somewhere in there from a long time ago. Delta 22, we were the men. And this is my family. My mama, God rest her soul. My baby sister, she turns 58 this year. Another sister, my oldest sister, and then another sister, she's a couple years older, and then my dad in the middle. And he's an honorary cuss, so he's still he's still going. He's still cooking. My mom passed away probably about maybe 5 years ago, and my dad is still kicking. So but yeah, so we're gonna do that, and I'll probably frame it. I might put it right there in my little alcove behind me, and we're gonna be doing some stuff. But I might get. I know I got a couple of other ones going down. Maybe we'll try to sell them on YouTube. Maybe we won't. I don't know yet. But other than that, let me get off of here. I've been on here for almost an hour, so excuse me. I appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Jesse Meyer, nice to meet you. Hardens, you're awesome. Sammy G, have a great day. Trumpet Wife Slot, you are so awesome. I appreciate you. Praying for a speedy recovery for your leg. And thank you, Trumpet Wife. That is awesome. Subbing to Joe and Billy B. You have a good day, my brother. And Kathy Survey, thank you so much. You guys have a great day. And thank you. I appreciate that, Ida. And you guys have a wonderful day. Y'all be blessed. And Kathy, Space Taco, y'all be blessed, okay? Take care.